Oh, hello, all my beautiful. Oh, hello, all beautiful children of Jesus. Hope you're still having a good night tonight. Tonight's bedtime story I'm gonna read that I wrote. I've given it the title "Good Protective Friends," and this time there's a sloth in it. And you'll have to wait and see what other animals and surprises there are in there. Okay, start the story. Sophia the sloth slept high up in the trees, surrounded by leaves in the canopy, crunching on the leaves in the afternoon, with her son Sheldon cuddling close and into her warm hair on her body. High up in the trees, by the water, they both lived happily, relaxed, about without rushing about, but being very slow. Sophia and Sheldon loved each other very much, and their mum and son bond was very deep, warm, and affectionate. Sheldon's face was so cute and his fur so fluffy. Sophia had a strong motherly instinct, and Sophia and Sheldon always felt peace in the huge forest. However, sadly, they did not. They did have predators. They did have predators who wanted to eat them all the time, who included Jason the jaguar, Sagon the snake, and Ellie the eagle. Perla the parrot had been observing their predators for months, even though Sophia and Sheldon had been totally oblivious to predator danger or any other kind of danger. Perla was very annoying to all the other creatures in the forest around because she never stopped talking. However, she cared deeply for Sophia and her son. Perla shouted out to all the creatures, "Beware! Jason the jaguar is coming!" Annoying all those around, Terry the tortoise shouted, "Shut up! I am an old man and just want to sleep." "Sorry," explained Perla, "but he is coming to eat you all." Suddenly a roar that sounded like a deep chesty cough sounded out throughout the forest. Up in the canopy above, Sheldon cried, "Mummy, I am scared. What is that monster going to do to us?" "Is he going to eat us?" Sophia replied gently. "No, sweetheart. No animals will come to us right up here in the canopy. We are out of the way of predators." From the distance, Jason walked closer to approach them. He stared up in the canopy. "I can easily climb that tree to catch and feed on those two delicious sloths who move slowly in the canopy above," laughed Jason. Terry the tortoise snapped, "You leave them alone, you big bully." With that, Jason laughed. "Well, I'm not going to bother you in the afternoon because I only hunt at night, but I will be back after dark." Just after Jason had disappeared, Sophia and Sheldon's good friend appeared, Barry the bear, bringing along with him some very sticky honey and half of the beehive along with him. Sophia and Sheldon now felt much more at ease into thinking that Barry would protect them both from Jason. However, Barry was a very clumsy bear and didn't know how to protect them. With it, he was kind and loyal. Perla started feeling jealous as she noticed that Sophia and Sheldon started to talk to him more than her. Barry was catching the bees with his mouth and licking his sticky paws and making them giggle. Perla flew over to Sophia and Sheldon, saying, "I demand you talk to me. After all, I am the one who protects you from predators." With that, Sophia gently replied, "Perla, we love you. We find you cute and cuddly, and you always keep an eye out for predators. We are grateful to you. Without you, we would have been lunch a long time ago." With that, Perla was happy, but as her jealousy distracted her, she missed to notice Ellie the eagle hovering above the treetops and Sagon the snake climbing up the tree, each in turn trying to have a meal out of Sophia and Sheldon. Perla soon noticed Ellie and Sagon. "Oh no," she thought, "how shall I distract them?" Then she had an idea. She flew down to Barry the bear, grabbing his beehive, and Barry complained, "Hey, give me back my honey. I was enjoying that." But Perla ignored his plea and flew up with it. "Quick, get inside the tree, through that hole," commanded Perla to Sophia and her son. With that, they climbed inside the tree bark and hanged by a branch inside its bark, and Perla covered the hole with twigs so the bees would not touch them. Sagan had almost reached where he thought the sloth was, until Perla shaped the beehive to disturb the bees. They came flying out, so many of them, stinging Saga back down to the forest floor, and Saga fell to the ground. Meanwhile, Perla flew out of the canopy to get Ellie's attention. She flew after Perla, and Perla shook the beehive hard, and the rest of the bees came out flying out. They flew over to Ellie. There were hundreds of them, stinging her and bringing her fast down to the ground. And she hit the ground below. She bumped into the ground so hard and was face to face with Sagon the snake. He said, "We had better not mess with any sloths ever again. If we know what is good for us, because every sloth has a parrot for a friend, and every parrot has bees for friends, and bees sting and really hurt." Ellie agreed with that. Sagon said, "And from that day on forward, no snake and no bird of prey ever bothered a sloth in the entire rainforest ever again." They still had one big problem, however: Jason, the jaguar, and poor baby Sheldon was starting to feel terrified again. The sweet sound of crickets was starting off, and most of the birds were beginning to settle in their nest. But not Perla, for despite her being a bit jealous and needy at times, which is, by the way, not a good thing, she was very loyal and protective, who would give up her life in a heartbeat for them if faced with such a situation where she would die in their place. Jason approached the tree where Sophia and Sheldon were getting settled for the night. Comfortably in his mother's warm fur, but then Jason woke up Barry, the bear, who was sleeping with honey running out of his mouth. He got very afraid of Jason and gave out a bear roar. Terry the tortoise was woken by the commotion and snapped, "Don't be a coward. Fight like a bear and protect your friends." but Terry just made Barry cry, all hurted by Terry's accusing him of being a coward, and he shook with fright at Jason. Jason mocked Barry and kept pushing him against the tree bark. Meanwhile, up in the canopy, poor little Sheldon shakes with shock so badly that he loses his grip on his mother and falls very far down. "Help me!" cries Sheldon in his fear. "My baby boy!" cries Sophia as she helplessly watches her baby boy fall into the river below. For a while she's left crying and weeping, watching on until she spots Sheldon grabbing on a branch just above the water below after being rescued by a river dolphin. Sophia sighs with relief. Her baby boy is safe for now. However, her relief is short-lived when she notices Jason approaching her son. Perla swoops down and tries to prick Jason's eyes with her sharp claws, but Jason just laughs and mocks. "Is that the best you can do? Neither that trick or the bee trick will work on me." Jason spots Sheldon trying to reach the tree which his mum is on and to climb back up to her. But Jason quickly runs over to Sheldon. He was just about to pounce on Sheldon when Colin the crocodile bit on Jason's leg, which distracted him away from trying to eat Sheldon. In that time, Jason and Colin got into a fight, and Sheldon climbed up back to safety to his mum again. The fight lasted a long time, but Jason got the better hand of Colin, which in turn made all the crocodiles move away from the waters below. Yes, the Sloths could now swim in safely. However, Jason was still about. Barry knew he had to be brave, so he plucked up all the courage he had and walked over to Jason. "So you think you are cooler and stronger than anyone else? No wonder why you don't have any friends. You are so egoistic," said Barry to Jason. Jason replied, "But I am stronger than anyone else. I could easily win a fight against a lion if I was given a chance to fight one." "Why do you want to hurt all the animals around?" asked Barry. "Because I am self-centered and want to get rid of all the creatures of the forest to make more room for me," boasted Jason. "Well, come on then, fight me," snapped Barry. "But if I win this fight, promise that you and all you Jaguars will never hurt another sloth ever again." Jason agreed and promised. Barry and Jason got into a big fight. At the end of it, Barry got the better hand and had won the fight. So from that day forward, no jaguar ever hurt another sloth in the forest again, because he knew that for every sloth there was a bear for his friend. From that day forth, Sophia and Sheldon moved happily and slowly in the canopy, never having to worry about predators ever again. And Terry the tortoise, Barry the bear, and Perla all became best friends, together, looking for Sophia and Sheldon every day, and eventually Sheldon grew into an adult sloth and having his own children to look after at the end. My thoughts are, the story is about friends. They should always be willing to protect each other. The greatest love is being willing to lay down your life for friends like Jesus did for us on the cross, like Perla and Barry, who risked their lives to protect their friends. But we should never be jealous, because your jealousy is a distraction away from behaving the way we ought. Philippians 2:3 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility value others over yourself." I hope you are blessed by this story, and God bless you and good night. Love you all.